Commencing Atlas System suit initialization. Life support systems activated. Shield kinetic system online. Scanner damaged. Repair required. Aerial propulsion jetpack online. Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational. User initialization sequence complete. Radiation protection falling.
What up, Jippers? LPlays back once again for some more No Man's Sky Next news, and oh boy, this is easily the most exciting thing that we have had revealed for me personally so far in a very long freaking time. We are getting a complete sound redesign, a complete audio overhaul to the game when No Man's Sky Next drops, and this is so freaking exciting for so many reasons, and we are going to talk about them right now. So before we get into all of this stuff, the first thing I want to say is for a long time I've been saying my prediction is that the multiplayer stuff that we're getting, that we're being shown, that we're being teased, is just going to be one tiny little part that they've chosen to focus on for Waking Titan and the ARG, and it's not going to be anywhere near all of what we get with the next update. There's going to be so much more than that. So much more than that. Just like there was so much more than Portals with the last one, even though Portals were one of the main things that were talked about and advertised. And this freaking reveal today, Element 4 that was unlocked after the Boston live drop, has definitely shown us that we are getting more than just multiplayer. There are so many freaking new sounds here, so many little tiny things to pick into, so many little hints and clues. But what's really freaking exciting to me right now, and this of course is my theory, my speculation, but if we're getting a complete sound redesign, I really do think that my main prediction, my main theory has always been a complete overhaul to everything. Variation, generation, visuals, everything is going to get completely reworked, and they're going to realize the vision that they've wanted to for a very long time with this update. And this particular tease today definitely has me thinking that more than ever. I think we're going to get massive improvements across the board to so many things, and I am so excited about that. But before we get too carried away thinking about the possibilities of what else this means for No Man's Sky Next, let's actually talk about some of the little individual things that I'm noticing with this little audio track, with this little clue that's been unlocked and that we've been given here, because there are some really cool things that I have noticed after listening to this a couple of times. So the first thing as it starts up, of course, we've got the brand brand new startup sound, the user initialization, so when we first start a new game mode or a new game, the kind of sequence that we go through. It's a similar sort of feel, recognizable instantly as that being what it is, but it is different, it's new, it's not the same one that we've got at the moment. And what this has made me think straight away, and I could be wrong here, but the way I took that is that them showing us this is telling us that we are going to be getting a new mode, we are going to be starting a new game because of Next, and I think that's going to be the multiplayer mode. So I have speculated for a long time that I personally think the multiplayer that gets added with No Man's Sky Next, the full true multiplayer experience, is going to be split out into a separate game mode. And obviously that's not confirmed by this new startup sound, but I think there's a reason they've chosen that as like the first thing they show us here with this audio clip. And my suspicion would be that that's what that's hinting at. For multiplayer, we're going to jump in and we're going to have a new multiplayer focused game mode where players can drop in and out and all of that kind of stuff. But that full multiplayer experience that's going to be brought to us with Next is going to be in a separate mode. That's my theory on it anyway. But there's some other really interesting stuff with this startup sound that I've noticed that I want to talk about. And the first thing is, like, as it's initializing, as it starts up, as the player's like waking up, coming to life with inside the simulation, there's a really heavy heartbeat sound in the background. And it just reminded me so much of my last Waking Titan update video. So I made a Waking Titan update video that was basically focused on like the people in the wear headsets being trapped in there, and you could hear like their heartbeat really loud in the intro and all of that kind of stuff. And this reminded me of that so much. Now that's probably just coincidence, but the kind of read that I'm taking on that is that's like the startup, the player first entering the simulation. What you're hearing there is their real life heartbeat back in the real world before they enter the sim, and it's all the systems monitoring that. And then as that initialization process completes, that sound stops. So the heartbeat sound goes away, the monitoring goes away, and then they're fully in the simulation. And we start the game with all of the actual in-game sounds slowly coming through one by one. Probably by complete fluke, but I've chosen to start one of my intros with the exact same sort of theme and sound that they've gone with this audio clip, which, I don't know, that was really exciting to me. Now, one of the other really cool things, the really cool new sounds that we got here, of course, was the footprints. It kind of sounds like there might be more than one set of footprints sometimes in this audio clip, but I'm not entirely sure. But the main thing, of course, is there are really freaking beautiful, crispy footprint sounds that do not exist in the game at the moment. And that is really freaking impressive, because to me, that suggests our player models when we're running around. From what we've seen of the player models so far, it looks like they're going to be really well animated. The little hologram player model we got was animated quite well. There was some real subtle movement and stuff going on there, and it seems like there's going to be sound to match that. So as we're walking around, our feet actually moving, really doing stuff physically in the game, there's going to be sounds that match up to that perfectly. And these footprints sound awesome. And I think these footprints have actually been recorded by Paul Weir himself, obviously one of the audio designers for the game. He tweeted a while back that he was recording footprints in the snow because you can never have too many snow footprint sounds. And I think that could be what we're hearing right here, which is crazy, because that's a tweet that was sent out ages ago that we all saw and got a bit excited about and then kind of forgot about. And now we're possibly hearing that in-game all this time later and getting excited about it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But that's not it. There are so many new sounds in here that we have got to dig into. And I guess the first one, the big one that loads of people are going to be talking about, is the freaking animal sounds. Animal sounds that we have just been teased in this little clip sound freaking incredible. Like leagues above what we've got in the game now. So much better than what we currently hear when we're playing in terms of animal sounds. The actual music and the soundtrack to No Man's Sky has always been like one of the best things ever, but the animal sounds and stuff like that have been kind of lacking for quite a long time. But this sounds like that is about to massively change. Without looking at any video that goes along with this, so not actually knowing what we're hearing, it just paints such a really vivid picture to me personally when I hear it. Like little bird sounds in the background of like different types, different sounds, and then some like smaller chirps that almost sound like they could be like insect kind of noises or something like that, you know, like grasshoppery type stuff, like some sort of small tiny creature type noises. And that could be completely way off because I can't see what's actually being listened to here, but like just hearing it paints that picture so vividly in my mind, and that is really exciting. It sounds so much more immersive than the sounds now for sure, whatever happens, but it definitely sounds like from a creature perspective, we're gonna have some really interesting and actually appropriate creature sounds for the first time. So when we see a big animal, it's gonna make that awesome roar sound, and that might just be one of them. There's probably gonna be loads, but that roar, that freaking roar, like when I heard that, straight away my mind was painting this picture of like a huge creature, a scary creature, something that I'd actually see and be in awe of and just be like, whoa. And I'm pretty confident, like I'm Obviously, it's my theory, as always, but I'm pretty confident in saying if there's that much effort and redesign going into the sound of the game, just imagine what we could see when it comes to the visuals and the variation and the generation improvements that they're going to make as well. I have no doubt that we are going to see all of that stuff. I really do believe that this is going to be a complete overhaul to No Man's Sky, and stuff like this is definitely not making me change my mind about that. There are some other littler things in there that I want to talk about as well. So one of them, of course, is the multi-tool. The blaster sounds, new and improved blaster sounds. You can kind of feel the weight of them, the impact a bit more when they were hitting something. It sounds like they were potentially hitting a door there or something like that. But that wasn't really the interesting thing for me. The interesting thing was like the click sounds, right? It sounds like, to me, you're hearing reloads there, but they're reloads that you'd expect with an actual gun rather than kind of what we'd see in the game now. So it does sound like there's a clip magazine type reload thing going on. You hear the click, it goes in, and then the gun reloads. So I'm hoping that that's going to mean all of that stuff is animated in the game visually, as well as with the new audio design as well. And all of these tiny little things, I know like to some people, something like that, something that small is not super exciting, but when you think about like how much more immersive that makes everything when you're playing, like think about this, you're in there, you're in third person, you're holding your gun, you can hear your footprints, you can hear yourself breathing, you can hear other players running around you, you can see them running around you because we know they've got player models. All of these little tiny things like coming together, the animal sounds, the background noises, the little chirps, the birds off in the distance, all of those noises going on at once is just going to be mind-blowing, and that's without even thinking about what could potentially come in terms of like visual improvements and generation improvements. So yeah, I am pretty freaking excited about this. I said today I had a feeling that whatever we got with this element unlock was going to be something we couldn't guess. It was going to be something surprising, some sort of curveball, and an audio clip definitely has done that. Completely not what we were expecting. Nobody thought we were going to get this. We were talking about all kinds of things we could see, maybe a multi-tool, maybe more on the ships that we've seen. I knew it was going to be something different. I knew it was going to be something surprising, and it definitely got me. And the other big surprise was we got this today. I really thought we were going to get this on Sunday like we normally do, but no, Waking Titan keeping us on our toes once again drops it today straight after the live drop and catches all of us completely off guard. So that was pretty exciting too. Definitely really loving everything they're doing with the ARG at the moment. And these teases are just getting better and better and better, and I do think they're going to keep doing that. As I keep saying, I think each little tease we get now is just going to be better and better and more as we get closer to that release date. We're going to see more and more impressive stuff, and I still strongly believe that when next comes, it's just going to blow everybody away. Whether you think I'm a crazy speculator or not, or I go over the top, or I think about this kind of stuff too much, I really do genuinely believe that when next comes, we are not even going to have come close to what we're going to get in terms of what we think we're going to see. Just like with Atlas Rises, we had so many crazy ideas going on, and then when the update dropped, it was like, whoa, where did all of this come from out of nowhere? No one was really expecting it to be that big, and I think this is going to be way bigger than that, like way more than that. It's going to catch us all by surprise and just be like the best freaking day ever when we jump onto next for the first time and see all of the crazy stuff that they're doing. What a great freaking time to be a No Man's Sky fan, guys. Like seriously, I keep saying it, but this kind of stuff is just getting me more and more excited every freaking time they give us something, and I am so happy right now. And there's more, like this isn't even it. So there's some other really interesting things here that we got. Now the first one that I want to mention is the actual audio file itself, because some very smart people over on the Game Detectives Discord took the audio file and figured out that there was a hidden image, a hidden clue within the audio file, just like there has been previously with Waking Titan clues, and that actually showed us this, a weird set of alien hieroglyphs, and it says, is joining your game. So obviously a hint to multiplayer. We know multiplayer was coming, that's not the surprise, but what's really cool here is that it definitely sounds like it is going to be drop-in, drop-out co-op type play. So if you want to jump in with your friend, you're not going to have to go and traipse through the galaxy and try to find them. You're not going to have to go and get your glyphs and portal to their planet. You're not going to have to spend ages meeting up. See that your friend's online and join their game instantly, beaming in, teleporting in, or something like that. And that's something I speculated a while back. I was hoping that was going to be the way that they did it, especially for the newer players. If you're going to advertise multiplayer, and there's going to be loads of people that are coming to this update for the multiplayer alone, and that's got to be easy. They've got to make that smooth, seamless, and simple to do. And being able to beam in and out and just jump in and join your friends straight away is such a good way of doing it. And I'm so glad that it seems like that's the way that it's going with this. Now, before we end the video, there's one other thing that I want to talk about, which is really freaking cool. The little clicky sound that we hear there in the audio file as well, which to me sounds like a Geiger counter, right? So if you think to games like Fallout, the little clicking that you hear whenever you go to a radioactive planet, and of course Geiger counters are real things, they exist in real life. You can just YouTube Geiger counter and you'll hear exactly what I mean. But that little clicking definitely sounds like that to me, and that fits perfectly because when this audio clip starts, you hear it say radioactive planet, because that is like such a detailed thing, right, for them to add. Like, that is crazy exciting. If they're going to go to the level of like adding a Geiger counter when we're in like high radiation areas, what else are they going to add? Like, what other things are going to be in there? What level of detail is this going to go to that we're just not expecting? I don't know, but I cannot wait to find out. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one, guys. As always, please let me know what you think about everything that I'm talking about here, about the actual audio itself. Is there anything I've missed? Is there anything that you're reading into it differently to me? Are you excited about this? Are you happy that we've got this? I know loads of people were worried that it was just going to be the multiplayer update, that we were going to keep seeing the same things over and over again through Waking Titan, and they've kind of blown that straight away today with this tease. We've got a complete audio overhaul to the game, which is definitely not just a multiplayer thing, and I hope I'm not the only one that thinks if they're doing that, then there's going to be a load more stuff too, and it definitely has me like super excited again. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it too. If you did enjoy this video, please do drop a like and a comment. That stuff helps like crazy, and I will catch you in the next one very soon. Take care, guys, and peace. I just want to give a huge thank you and shout out to my current Patreon supporters: Shirokuma Jelly, YO, Madeline J, NTB, Ovian S, Tyler D, Todd Cook, Neil B, Anarchy, Vanilla, Rasmus K, Autumn Long, Lukash, Husband Vader, Amras, Dale from the Atlas Hub, Ty the Blazer, Joanne Anderson, Heath, and the Portrait Dude. You guys are the best.